أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Council, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning and welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will now call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر حاسد إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس بحرمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Holy Father, the Alpha and Omega, we thank you for making each day a blessing in our lives. We are grateful for all the wonderful things you have done for us. We exalt and magnify your glorious name. Guide us, thou, O great Jehovah, pilgrim with us through this barren land. We are weak, but thou art mighty. Hold us with your powerful hand. Let your light continue to shine brightly on our way, and may your grace continue to abide with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Let me start. Good morning. Witness number one, can you kindly take your seat? I mean, Mr. Kanteh, can you take your seat? Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome. You may kindly stand here. You hold this mic, and please, you may kindly speak into the mic. Okay. What is your religion, Mr. Witness?
Islam.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
The Holy Quran.
Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Okay, Mr. Witness, can you hold the Holy Quran and then repeat after me? I mean Suso,
Lamin Suso,
do swear that
do swear that
I'll speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
and
nothing
nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I now have the honor to hand over the two witnesses to you for us to proceed. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Kanteh.
Morning, ma.
You are welcome. Mr. Suso, good morning.
Oh, good morning, ma.
And you are welcome back.
Thank you.
I hope you had your breakfast.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. Council, can we proceed, please?
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson. I thought my friend Mr. Suso will tell you that he is keeping fast.
No, I'm not fasting.
I'm not fasting.
All right. Good morning once again, Honorable Commissioners and everyone present. Mr. Suso,
Yes.
can you give us your name again?
Lamin Suso,
Your address
Brik, Newtown.
and your current occupation?
Currently, I'm on administrative leave
Administrative leave.
at Basse Area Council as
Basse-
Director of Finance.
Basse Area Council.
Yes.
Now, you worked for the Birkama Area Council.
Yes.
Can you tell us when you started working with them?
In 2004.
2004.
Yes.
As what?
As revenue collector.
But you rose to the ranks, and you were at one time the finance manager. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
When was this?
This was in 2016, right down to 2020.
2016 to 2020.
Yes. 2021.
2021.
January, 1st of February, 2021.
Now I understand. Are there two finance managers in Birkama Area Council in your time?
Yes.
How do you distinguish the two? Is it finance manager 1, finance manager 2, or
Exactly, 1 and 2.
1 and 2?
Yes.
And you were
I was 1.
1.
Yes.
What is the role of the finance manager 1?
Yes, as finance manager 1, my responsibility was to safeguard council's interest in all financial transactions.
And then the 2?
He was also responsible for other financial transactions.
Do you have a different job description, the 1 and 2? What is distinct about these roles?
No, actually, we share responsibility. Going through the financial manual, it doesn't specify our responsibilities. So normally we share responsibilities.
Were you both employed by the area council or the service commission?
Yes.
Who appointed you as the finance manager?
The service commission.
Service commission.
Yes.
And this was in 2016, you said?
Yes, 2016.
16. Now you gave 2 statements to the investigators of the commission.
Yes.
If you are shown these statements, will you be able to recognize it?
Yes.
Now we'll first show you your statement of the 14th of March 2024.
Yes, that's the one.
Can you please go through that statement
Okay.
and advise us whether that is the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yes, this is the statement I gave to the investigators.
Can we please have it, sir? we apply to tender the statement of the witness Lamin Suso, dated the 14th of March 2024, signed by the witness himself, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 14th of March 2024, signed by Mr. Lamin Suso, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/LS/BKAC/001.
As the commission places. Now, Mr. Suso, just right beside you is seated Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
Lamin K. Kanteh, Lamin Canton Kanteh. Do you know him?
Yes.
He served as the cashier in Brik Area Council
Yes.
when you were the finance manager. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, please tell us, what was the relationship that you had as a finance manager with your cashier at the time? From 2018. Was the mandate of the commission starts in 2018. That is why I'm asking.
Exactly, yes. The principal cashier was directly under my supervision.
Directly under your supervision?
Yes, on behalf of the Director of Finance.
Right, please proceed.
So he normally received all revenues collected by the collectors, and these revenues will be posted into his cash book.
Yes.
And then he will post everything, all the collection into his cash book and do all the casting, from which I will reconcile with him. I will also go through all the records in his cash book, which at the end of the day I will provide a receipt for him as acknowledgement.
So in 2018,
yes.
by then you were not using the POS machines?
No.
That is to say, the system of revenue collection you had was not digitalized.
Yes.
So revenue collectors will go to the field, and then they will collect revenue and come with cash, or probably if there's a bank transfer by an institution, then they will come with the receipt.
At the time in 2018-2019, not all collectors were bringing money to the office.
Okay.
It's only the flat tax collectors that normally bring the money to the office.
It is only
the flat tax collectors.
The
flat tax.
Flat tax.
Yes. So normally they come to the office on Thursdays, but also sometimes when we are approaching salary payments at the end of the month, we will authorize all of them to go to the bank. So this is how we operate. So normally the others will bring in their deposit slips, credit advice, and then payment vouchers from the Alcalo Commission.
Why will the flat tax collectors come to the area council to deposit this revenue?
At the time, that was the arrangement, because the flat tax normally, the revenue that they collect, they are given authority to pay the Alcalo Commission. So they will bring in these monies to the office so that we can use it for petty payments at the office, because normally we do payments on Thursdays. So
why? Go ahead, please go ahead.
That was the idea.
Why wouldn't they take it to the bank? I understand that the financial manual dictates, which you know more than I do, that money is collected should be taken to the bank.
That's right. But at the time, they were bringing these monies purposely for payments.
Who gave that instruction?
It was a management decision.
If you say management decision, it means that there must have been...
The CEO and the Director of Finance.
Who was CEO in 2018?
2018, Mam said Jallo.
Mam said Jallo.
Yes. And then part of 2019, Mr. Modu Jonga.
Jonga.
Yes.
They both gave the instruction or the directive.
Yes.
Was this done verbally or was it a written instruction?
I cannot recollect that.
You cannot recall?
I cannot recall.
But you know that was the arrangement on the ground?
Yeah, that was what was happening here.
So what kind of payment or payments were being done through these monies that were collected from the flat tax?
Well, the Alcalo Commission will be paid out of the money.
Okay.
And then if the money is given to the cashier, later the money will be given to the paying cashier to pay other vouchers.
Who was the paying cashier in 2018?
Amadou Toure.
Amadou Toure.
Yes.
In 2019?
In 2018, there was no paying cashier. The payments were done by the cashier.
That is my friend
Mr.
Kanteh.
Yes.
Now, you had said you will reconcile with Mr. Kanteh?
Yes,
regarding monies that he collects?
Yes.
Now, do you take the monies from him once you have done the reconciliation?
No. Normally, we reconcile based on deposit slips, credit advice, and payment vouchers. If there is any cash balance, then the director will give authority for the money to be given to the paying cashier or the money to be taken to the bank.
But in 2018, the paying cashier was Mr. Kanteh?
Yeah, he will keep the money in his safe because he was having a safe.
He will keep the money in his safe?
Yes, because he was the one making payment at the time.
Do you receive monies from him?
No, I don't receive money from him.
Mr. Kanteh testified because there are so many on deposit slips. Are you familiar with the 2019 audit report by the National Audit Office?
Well, not that much, but I was...
Let me ask that you be given a copy.
Okay.
And you can turn to page 50. Please let me know if you're on page 50.
Okay, I'm there.
Yes, you will see that there is a list of unpresented deposit slips.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes, that's right.
So when monies are paid to the cashier, the expectation is these monies are supposed to be taken to the bank. Is that not the case?
That's correct.
Who is supposed to take these monies to the bank?
Yeah, looking at the records here, I'm seeing operational expenses for FIB.
Yes.
Normally, these monies are paid directly into the account.
To the account?
Yes. So normally, what we do is we confirm through our bank statement.
Please increase your voice.
Yes. Normally, what we do is that I do reconcile with him by confirming through the bank statement.
Okay.
From which then he will be authorized to prepare the receipt.
He'll be authorized to prepare a receipt.
Exactly.
And then how about the ones, if you turn to page 51, you have his name, Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
The last three entries on page 51, you will see Lamin Kanteh.
Yes.
As the cashier.
193, 250.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you see the 74,000 plus.
Yes.
407,000.
Yes.
And the list goes on if you turn to page 52 as well.
Yes.
And then the auditor had found that there were unpresented deposit slips in relation to these monies that were collected. They were entered in his cash book, but then the deposit slips could not be found. What do you have to tell us as the finance manager directly supervising Mr. Kanteh?
Yes. It's true that there are a lot of deposit slips that are in the office, but sometimes I do reconcile him based on the bank statement.
Sometimes you what?
I reconcile with him on bank statement. I look at the bank statement and reconcile with him.
Simply on bank statements?
Yes, because all deposits are done in the bank. And sometimes these deposit slips, they are unreadable, so it's difficult to read them.
How will you reconcile with the bank statement if you don't have evidence of any stamped paying slip or deposit slip?
You will see the depositor's name. Those are the collectors.
But then how do you reconcile? I'm just asking you. If you have the bank statement here, what do you reconcile it with?
If I saw Mr. Gomez's name as a collector,
yes,
I will exactly know that this money comes from the collector.
I want you to explain the process of reconciliation.
What we normally do
no, just wait a minute. You as a finance manager, you will have to reconcile with Mr. Kanteh. How do you conduct this reconciliation? Just explain to us step by step the process involved in reconciling the accounts.
I add up all the payment vouchers.
All the payment vouchers.
The credit advice.
Okay.
And the deposit slips.
And the deposit slips.
Exactly.
But you mentioned the bank statements.
Yes. Any payment that is not cleared on the deposit slip or the deposit slip is nowhere to be seen, I have to go back to the bank statement.
Where would there be an instance wherein the deposit slip would not be anywhere, would not be seen?
Yeah, because sometimes these
Please,
collectors,
speak louder,
these
please.
collectors are many.
They are?
There are many.
There are many.
Yeah, so sometimes if, for example, before we reconcile, the pay slip is not seen or the pay slip is not cleared, then we have to look into the bank statement.
Now, you have the cash book that the cashier will have.
Exactly.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
What will be contained in the cash book?
It shows all the details of transaction of revenue collectors.
Give us example of the details in the cash book.
Exactly.
Give us an example or the details regarding what will be contained in the cashier's cash book.
It will show the name of the collector.
Yes.
And it will also show the accumulative total. And also it will show the breakdown of revenue heads.
Now, in 2018,
yes,
they were paying in the cashier's office. That is the flat rates.
Yes.
And the rest will go and pay to the bank.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes, some, yeah.
So, be it as it may, depend on who the revenue collector is and where they are posted or their designation, they either come with a deposit slip or they come with cash in hand.
Yes.
Is that what obtains in 2018?
Yes.
And then this must be featured in the cash book of the cashier.
Exactly.
Now, which means if the money is in cash, what will the cashier do with the money?
Like I told you, the money is used in two folds.
Yes.
Whether it is taken to the bank or it is paid on vouchers.
Who takes it to the bank?
Yeah, the accounts clerk were responsible.
They are responsible, and not Mr. Kanteh.
He was not going to the bank at the time.
And not Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
Now, if you don't take it to the bank,
it will be for payment of vouchers.
Payment of vouchers.
Yes.
Authorized by who?
The CEO and the Director of Finance.
Now, Mr. Kanteh testified and said he will hand over to you all the monies that have been collected when you come for reconciliation.
Not necessarily physical cash, but those.
No, he had said physical cash. He's here, he will have his time to respond to that. He had said that the physical cash will be handed to you, Mr. Suso.
Yes.
That all these payment, these stamped in deposit slips that we had asked Mr. Kanteh, the amount is the ones that bear his name directly is $44 million.
$44 million is house what?
Now, $44 million is the amount in relation to the unpaid or the unpresented deposit slips. Turn to page 21 of the 2019 audit report, National Audit Office. Are you there with me?
Page 21.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
Where you have unpresented deposit slips, 3.4.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yeah.
It says the findings that during the audit, collections amounting to $60,613,728.50 is seen to be posted in the cash book, but there was no deposit slip presented to confirm if these amounts were banked. That is what made, and it gave a reference to Annex 3. That is when I referred you to page 54. That's why you have the Annex 3.
Yes.
Are you following? Page 51. Are you following?
Yes, page 21. Yes.
And if you add all these unpresented deposit slips, you will have this 60 million plus. Do you follow?
Yes.
But in the ones that bear his name, Mr. Kanteh, alone, that one is $44 million plus. Now again, why will you have this situation?
Well, what I understand is that if the deposit slips are not presented,
yes,
meaning some of these must be direct bank payments, and then they need to look at the bank statement to look at those deposits.
They need to look at the bank statements.
Yes.
To look at the deposits.
Exactly.
But you are the one who will do the reconciliation with Mr. Kanteh.
I do reconcile with Mr. Kanteh. After reconciling with him, then I will forward all the pay slip and the vouchers to the Director of Finance. So
now I'm saying, go ahead, please.
Yeah, where all these pay slips will be stored in the Director of Finance office. But normally, we reconcile with the bank statement. That shows the two reflections.
Please increase your voice.
Yes, okay.
I'm saying you increase your voice.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
The assertion is, if you don't have a deposit slip, what does that suggest?
Well, if you don't have the deposit slip, it's a question. But the other thing you can look at,
What kind of question is that?
meaning that the deposit slip should be presented.
That is-
It should be presented. If it is not presented,
In its yes.
then you have to look into the bank statement.
It what?
You have to look into the bank statement.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
if you
because-
don't see the deposit slip, what will you look into the bank statement for?
If the auditors are saying $60 million has money just have been collected, and
Yes.
out of which 44 million deposit slips are not seen, and then this deposit slip can be only confirmed physically looking at deposit slip or looking at the bank statement.
Now, if
Because
that's okay.
Yes.
Now you as the finance manager directly responsible for supervising Mr. Kanteh. If the bank statements do not prove this, who will be responsible?
But I would kindly refer you to the management response because this was not responded during my time. But what I can see here is that deposit slips are available.
You can read it loud, please.
Yes, a recommendation. We recommended management to provide all the required deposit slips for our verification.
Yes.
Management respond. The deposit slips for all monies banks are available for your review.
Yes.
Action to be taken, deposit slips are available. Office responsible for remedial action, Director of Finance.
Yes.
Date when situation will be regularized, end of January 2021.
Thank
So
you.
this
Now,
was
that's fine. Now go further to the auditors for a comment. Because
Order
to
for the
every
comments.
response, there will be a comment.
Yeah, auditors for a comment. Contrary to the claim in the management response, only total value of 16,583,981.74 in deposit was traced from the record provided. This leaves a remaining balance of 44,029,746.76. $60 million is less 16,583,981.74. Unaccounted, the details of the pay slips trees table has Annex 6. But
What is the auditor saying in relation to the management's response?
yes, meaning that only 16 million was provided,
And then the balance?
of 44 million was not
So
traced.
there is still an outstanding amount of $44,029,746 bututs.
Yes, yes, but the cashier also makes some findings from the bank statements, and he's able to provide some of the direct payments that are done. I think he's having that record with him.
No, just speak for yourself now.
No,
He will have time to speak for him. So he's here.
because we are trying to justify the 44 million.
No, I mean, just explain what you know. The cashier is here. What you are saying now is as if you had conference with the cashier.
You know, I want to be very clear because this was not done in my time.
No, but the transactions were in your time.
Yeah, but the response was not prepared in my
The
time.
idea is, out of the 60 million, 44 million plus is still outstanding.
But I'm saying the management response was not prepared in my time, and I come to understand that he did some reconciliation through the statement, and he was able to get some direct payments.
Now, Mr. Kanteh,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine.
You had said in your evidence yesterday that when you reconcile with Mr. Suso, you will give him monies upon reconciliation. That you collect.
Yes, you know, I told you my reconciliation end with the.
Please increase your voice and say exactly what you had said yesterday.
This is what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
said I have said it loud and clear that I only reconcile with the finance manager, then I am done with the job.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And how do you do this reconciliation?
They will take my book from the beginning to an end.
Don't say they. Mr. Suso is here.
Yes.
You mentioned Mr. Suso.
He will take my book and
Yes.
make sure everything is reconciled.
Yes.
After reconciliation, then he will take care of the boarding now. Because he will give me he will certificate me so that I can go out. Then he go with the management to work out the, financial activities.
Mr. Kanteh,
Yes.
when you collect revenue in cash from the revenue collectors, what do you do with the money?
This is what I'm trying to explain.
You have to be clear because we were clear yesterday as to who you gave the money to.
That is what I'm telling you. If I reconcile with Mr. Suso,
Yes,
I left everything there.
but everything is a vague term in this circumstance.
The vouchers, the pay slip, and then anything that involved
The
within
vouchers,
office.
the payslip,
And the remaining cash that they normally utilize for their small payment and many other things.
are you afraid
I'm
to say
not
what you have said
afraid.
yesterday?
I'm not afraid.
What do you leave with Mr. Suso?
I mean, I will leave everything with him.
What is everything?
Vouchers,
Yes?
deposit slips,
Yes?
and that of the remaining cash. You know, I told you this is flat rate.
No. Forget about the flat rate. Even if it's a $1, see,
Yes,
that
yes.
is left with you.
Yes.
Who do you give the money to?
I said Mr. Suso.
Simple.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. Mr. Suso is saying you don't give money to him.
Yes.
No, Mr. Suso, your time will come. Now, Mr. Kanteh,
Yes.
Mr. Suso is here and is saying that when he reconciles with you, he doesn't collect cash from you. He says that you will keep the money in your own safe, that he does not collect cash from you. Is that correct?
That is directive from him.
No, I'm asking you. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. That is his own directive, because maybe they may like to spend it and then make sure.
No. Hear me out and hear me clearly.
This is why I said.
No, just calm down. Your evidence is, since yesterday, that you reconcile with Mr. Suso.
Yes.
And please correct me if I am wrong. Don't hesitate to do that.
No, you are right. You are right.
Just in what?
What you have said.
What did I say?
If I reconcile with Suso.
No, you appear to be nervous. I am saying you gave evidence yesterday. Did you not?
Yes, I said the evidence.
And we asked you the question, myself and the commissioners, regarding the $44 million that is outstanding.
Yes.
Which means there is no deposit slip. We are not saying that there is no money in the bank, but we are saying there is no evidence of monies in the bank. You cannot prove that the monies were in the bank.
Yeah.
You were audited in 2019.
Yeah.
No, just wait a minute. Is that not the case?
That's the case.
And you have a query, audit query regarding monies that you cannot account for.
Yes.
The amount in total is $60 million. But then there was further evidence of deposit slips amounting to $16 million. So you have an outstanding balance of $44 million.
Yes.
Do you follow?
Yeah,
Now, when we asked you yesterday, you said the cash that you collect in your office, you reconcile with Mr. Lamin Suso,
yes.
your manager, finance manager at the time, and you will give everything to him, and he will give you a receipt. That the cash that is left with you, you hand it over to him, and he will issue out a GTR receipt. Is that not correct?
Correct.
Did you say that?
I said that.
Did you say that?
I said that.
Do you still stand by that?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Suso is saying you don't give him cash. Is that true or false?
It's true. Let me come in. Can I come in?
Come in, yes.
After the reconciliation, if he has already given me my certificate, if he don't have a safe in his house, in his office, then the remaining balance, he will just put a pen on it and then save it into my safe. Because that safe, he don't have a good safe, then he will use that money. Now the reconciliation is over, the money belongs to them.
How about if he has a safe in his office?
No, he didn't have us.
But you didn't tell us that yesterday.
I don't think we talk about that day. Safe.
Who keeps the money?
I mean, if...
Who keeps the money that you collect?
I'm not getting you.
When you collect money from the revenue collectors, who keeps it?
At that time, I keep it. After the reconciliation I'm talking of, after we reconcile, if I reconcile with Mr. Suso, everything is done. Then, if he has remaining money that he don't have in any other place to use, then he will allow me to. He will just write something. This amount is there, and then park it for next day.
Mr. Kanteh, let's make this very, very simple. Do you understand?
I understand.
And it does not matter whether you say it's you who keep the money, in which case you will have the responsibility of proving this money. If you say it's Mr. Suso, he is here, he will have to respond to that. We are not saying that you are the one who keeps the money, who kept the money at the time. We want to hear your evidence. Now, one question at a time. You were the cashier in 2018 and 19?
Yes.
Please sit properly. And monies are paid to you in your office as the cashier?
Yes.
And you issue out GTR receipts to the revenue collectors?
Yes.
You keep a cash book?
Yes, I keep a cash book.
You record all these transactions?
I record all the transactions.
After the end of the day, or whenever you are doing the reconciliation, you must do a reconciliation with Mr. Suso?
Yes.
As the finance manager?
Yes.
After which, there will be monies that you have to account for, the cash you collect?
Cash I collect.
Now, when you reconcile, do you give that money to Mr. Suso or do you keep it?
You know, if I reconcile...
Answer the question. You had answered the question really, and then now it's left to just tell us whether you keep the money or you give it to Mr. Suso.
What I'm trying to explain, I think, is very important.
Okay, go ahead.
Because what Suso is saying is
Forget
that
what Suso is saying.
no, if there is
Sorry, Mr. Kanteh, they asked you a question. We want our evidence to be very clear. He asked you a question. You can answer the question and explain any other information that you want us to know.
okay.
Please answer the question.
All right, lead councillor.
Can you please repeat your question, Council?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Mr. Kanteh, you testified yesterday here. You said when you collect money, you don't keep it. You give it to Mr. Suso and he will give you a receipt.
Yes,
Did you say that?
I said that.
Do you still stand by that?
I stand by that.
Do you still stand by the fact that you give Mr. Suso money? You collect.
Yes, I stand by that.
Now, when Mr. Suso says that you don't give him money, is he right or is he wrong?
No, you know, under normal circumstance,
Forget the normal circumstance.
but this thing needs explanation so that
The normal circumstance was not obtained in the Brikama Area Council. You guys were just conspiring to defraud people, defraud the institution. The son knows what I am saying. The evidence is here. Well, unless you prove otherwise, you cannot convince anyone that you did not defraud the people.
No, Mr. Council, let me come in.
Come in.
Let me come in. You know, after the reconciliation is done,
Yes.
that's my area now.
Yes.
So it's like everything should go to Mr. Suso.
What is everything?
Vouchers, pay slip, and the cash.
Exactly.
So everything will be with Mr. Suso.
Yes.
But if there is a need be, if he don't have a safe, he will just come to me and say, park this amount for me, because tomorrow we may use it.
That is your own special arrangement.
No, that is the norms, and that is what I found in that office.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not interested in when he comes back to you and tells you to hold this money for me. That's different. That's your own personal arrangement. I'm talking about what obtains practically on the ground.
We reconcile and then...
And you give him the money?
Yes.
You always give him the money when you reconcile?
Yes, when I reconcile.
And that's it?
That's it.
So if he says that you don't give him the money, that is not true?
No, he said he's not going with the money.
No. He says you don't give him money. Let's hear him. Mr. Suso.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Does Mr. Kanteh used to give you money upon reconciliation?
After the reconciliation, if there is any cash balance, it's not under his responsibility now. And in most cases, there is no cash balance because our expenditures are always more than our revenue. So after reconciliations and he is receipted, if there is any dalasi, it's now under my responsibility and report to the Director of Finance.
So he gives you the money?
Yes, he'll give me the cash balance and I will ask him to keep it in his safe for other payments.
But
But before reconciliation, it's under his custody. But after reconciliation now, he is no more responsible.
So you are responsible for this unpresented deposit slips? Do you
No.
take responsibility?
No, this
Someone must take responsibility, Mr. Suso. You cannot come and sit here and start to speak in a very, very nice way to try to deceive everyone.
No.
It's either you assume responsibility or you don't assume responsibility.
If you say pay slips, if there is no pay slip that could not be traced to justify this 60 million, I say no to that. Because the pay slips must be available at the office. If
No
they are
problem.
not available, then the bank statement should show. Because if 44 million is the total collection for the year.
The responsibility is not whether you are paying 60 million or 44 million.
Right.
The responsibility is you must account for it.
And they are accounted for.
No, I'm not saying they're not accounted for. As far as the audit report is concerned, they're not yet accounted for. But the reason why you are called here is to give you an opportunity to account for it. Now the question is, who is supposed to account for it?
I should be responsible.
Simple.
Under the supervision of the Director of Finance.
Simple.
Yes.
As far as you are the one who is responsible, Mr. Suso, then that will probably, to a certain degree, absolve my friend, Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
Is that what you are saying? You are responsible?
Yes, I'm
for
responsible.
for accounting for the $44 million. That's
Yes.
outstanding.
Yes. It's
And
under my
do you know what that
supervision.
means?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Meaning that we have to account for these monies.
You.
Yes.
Say, I, Mr. Suso, have to account for this money.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I should be accounted for because he is under my supervision.
Good.
And there are evidence against this 44 million.
Perfect, perfect. Any questions, Honorable Commissioners?
Good morning, Mr. Suso.
Good morning,
You
Commissioner.
made a statement in passing, and that statement is that when you are doing your reconciliation, most times the reconciled items, the cash, or there are little or no cash when you are reconciling with Mr. Kanteh. So therefore, there are no extra cash that Mr. Kanteh would leave with you. Is that true? Am I thinking right?
In most cases, yes.
In most cases.
Yes.
And in other cases, when there are monies left, you issue him with a receipt and the balance of cash, maybe you put it in an envelope, you do some writing to say, I'm giving it back to you for safekeeping. Is that true? Is that a true statement?
It's a true statement, yes.
Now, my problem here is Mr. Kanteh yesterday specifically said all the cash that he has received is handed over to you with his cash book for reconciliation. After you have done the reconciliation, what would show us or a person outside your realms to say you, Mr. Suso, have checked what Mr. Kanteh has done and you initial it? Do you do that?
The cash book will show.
Now, we have not seen the cash book. Now, can you tell us where the cash book is? Because you use the cash book to reconcile. Because Mr. Kanteh cannot find the cash book. Can you help us with the cash book?
Well, I left the council in 2021.
No, but do you have an idea where the cash book should be?
The cash book should be in the office.
In the office?
Yes.
So Mr. Kanteh did not really do a good job in looking for the cash book, you might want to say.
He did not do a good job. Secondly, all the accounting staffs who are at the office, they should all work as a team and get this cash book out. Because this cash book is very important. Yesterday I was there at the office and I told them this cash book needs to be out. It's very important. This cash book should be within the office. It should go nowhere. Oh, the cash book is receipted and this shows the details of transaction of collectors.
So Mr. Kanteh did not do a very good job
well, yes, actually.
with his staff.
Definitely, he did not do a good job. He should
so
make sure that
you are of the opinion that the cash book is in the office?
Of course.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Suso, I would want you to look at page 52 of the report. And the reason why I'm giving you this to look at is the fact that these are amounts of monies ascribed to Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
And I don't want you to take responsibility what is not your responsibility. I want you to listen very carefully. I don't want you to take responsibility that is not your responsibility. Do you understand what I mean? So I will give you this book to look at, page 52, and check from 8 August 2019. 8 August 2019, there are a series of transactions, and the GTR number that is issued for all of this series of transactions is one GTR number. Can you explain to us how this is possible? And if you take responsibility of you reconciling with Mr. Kanteh, you tell us why for all of those transactions, 8 August 2019. Yes. So now, this is just a sample of this annex that is that is provided by the auditors, which is Annex 3.
I'm at page 52.
Yes. This is Annex 3, page 52.
Yes.
From 8 August 2019. Eh?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw that one.
Yes. Yes. Yes, did you see it?
Yes, I saw page 52. Yes,
Yes.
I saw the receipt numbers.
Yes.
But
so did you see that they are all the same GTR numbers?
Yes, and I cannot understand it because this is not possible.
So now, when you said you reconcile with Mr. Kanteh, is that true or false?
Yes, I do reconcile with him. That's true.
Yes, but if you reconcile with him, giving this huge transaction, like the GTR, the same GTR number, you have 1,154,967. And the same GTR has amounts of monies ranging from 353,750, and the list goes on. So how is this possible if you reconcile with Mr. Kanteh?
These receipt numbers, I cannot ascertain this simply because we have to trace this receipt book first, because it could be a typing
and the cash
error.
book.
And the cash book, because this is typing, is typed here, and I'm not the one who, it's not my making.
It is not, don't go there. It
Yes.
is not typing error.
Yes.
This one, don't even go there. It's not typing error. Because if you say it's typing error, let's go back to the other page, where you have Fifth of April 2019. Go to the same page 52. Go to page 52.
52?
Yes.
Okay.
50.
50. Okay.
Yes. 5th of April 2019. These are all the same GTR numbers. Up to the 8th of August. Yes.
The numbers that I'm seeing here,
Yes.
these are not the numbers that I know has GTR number. Stroke 2020.
Yes.
I have never come across such a GTR. And then these are, yes, stroke, you have 0072 stroke 00, and later you have stroke 2020.
Now, let me ask you the question now, before you ask me the question. The, what does it mean when they say TR number?
That's treasurer's use.
Eh?
Treasurer's use.
Treasurer's use.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Meaning the receipt belongs to the treasurer. That's the
That
director
is
of
the
finance.
cashier.
That's the director of finance.
That's the direct.
Yeah, you know, normally the cashier will be receipted by me.
Yeah.
And the receipt that I normally use belongs to the director of finance, because I normally reconcile on behalf of the director of finance.
So, when you go to the page 50 of the auditor's report, all the treasurers use, these are receipts that were issued by you.
Issued by me on behalf of the director of finance.
On behalf of the director of
Exactly.
finance. Yes. So, so you are telling us that these treasurers' receipt reference numbers or receipt numbers are not correct?
Well, I don't understand these receipts, no.
So you provide us with the evidence to show where these auditors got this treasurer's number or GTR numbers.
Yes.
The GTR numbers clearly indicated Mr. Kanteh, and the treasurer's numbers here in this circumstance also clearly indicated Lamin Kanteh,
yes,
instead of reflecting your name. Because if you had issued the receipt, it should have reflected here, not Lamin Kanteh's name. Is that not the situation?
No, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like
No,
that.
you know, this receipt is showing acknowledgement to Lamin Kanteh's cash book.
Yeah, okay.
Because remember, the collectors normally submit to him. He issued them receipts.
Yes.
He also reconciled with me. I also have to acknowledge that I have reconciled with him.
So you, as at the time you were there,
Yes.
Were you using the same cash book as Lamin Kanteh, or you are using a different cash book?
No, I don't have any cash book. These informations are posted directly to the main cash book. That's the Director of Finance cash book.
Okay.
Because that shows the accumulative figures, whilst Lamin Kanteh's cash book shows the individual collection of collectors. If you can look at this treasury number 29344434 to 29344667. It's a range.
Where are you reading from?
Page 50.
Page 50.
Yes.
Yes.
6th
Tell
of
me
April,
the date.
6th of April 2019. So
Yes.
meaning if you look at TR 29344434 stroke 2934436067, it's a range.
Yes.
It's a range, meaning there are a lot of transactions
Yes.
accumulating to 220,000.
Yes.
Meaning this is money that were submitted by collectors or direct payments into the bank, and he provided them a receipt. Now this receipt is now bearing Lamin Kanteh's name, meaning that he have now surrendered this money to the treasurer's account. So this is how it works.
Not to you, but to the treasurer's account.
Yes, but I do reconcile it on behalf of the Director of Finance. You know, if you look
So
at...
we will also give you the opportunity to look at the bank statements, your bank statements, to ascertain this. And what this can tell us is that there are some treasurer's receipts that are not obtained from the government institution.
Well,
is it correct?
That's a news to me.
Eh?
That's a news to me.
That's news to you?
Yes.
Okay, so you provide us with evidence for us to debunk the fact that there are receipt books that you guys were using, which are not from the authorized institution.
Yes. There are two things. If the cash book is not seen, it will be easier to go through the cash book to trace these payments, or else we have to cite for the DTRs to trace these particular payments. But if the cash book is nowhere to be seen, it will be very, very difficult.
You what?
I said it will be easier to use the cash book to trace these payments, because the cash book will show all the details of transactions.
Exactly.
And then it will show individual deposits or how the transactions works, whether the money was physical, money was deposited physically, or it was paid through bank or deposits. But if the cash book is not seen, meaning we have to look at the GTRs, which will only show the accumulative figure, not in detail.
You just made mention of if the cash book is not seen, then you go back to the GTRs. Yes. But you stop there. If the GTRs are not seen, then what?
Then we go to the main cash book.
Who has the main cash book?
The Director of Finance.
Okay. That's now my question is, you talked about the range of receipts when you were told about the same receipt numbers, GTR numbers, for a lot of transactions. And you said this is a range. And also you said you are not too aware of any GTR that would have /2020 or /20 whatever. Now, you, Mr. Kanteh, and you supervisors, Mr. Kanteh, if you have a doubt as to this report and the annexes that were given as evidences, what did you do with these annexes to debunk what they are saying? Did you do anything to say the GTR numbers that you have written is not correct? We cannot have 10 same GTR numbers for all of these transactions, because these are huge transactions listed. Why wouldn't, if you say it's a bunch, let's say a bunch of 20, the first two could be Mr. Suso, the next 7 could be Mr. Kanteh, the next 5 could be me. Why didn't they separate it that way, or why didn't you separate it that way? so that it will be easy for whoever just walks in and want to do an auditing to know really, yes, this is what had happened. But you just left it like that until they printed a final report of the audit?
Like I said
I know
earlier,
you were not there
Yes.
when the final audit was done.
Yes.
But you were there when the auditing was done.
No.
You were not there when this audit was done in 2019?
Yes, I was not there.
When did you leave Brikama for
Basse,
Basse?
2021, and I believe
Yeah,
this
so you
audit-
were there in 2019?
No, I think this auditing was done in 2021 when I left, or 2022.
But you were not availed.
No,
The report to you as the director, the finance manager then, for you to throw light to these questions that are being asked by the auditors?
Yeah, I was not part of the management response.
You were not part of the audit
No,
response?
no.
And you were the ones handling it?
Yes, but I
And
was
you were
in
not
Basse.
part of the audit response?
Yeah, I was supposed to
So
be part.
somebody spoke on your behalf
Yes,
to the auditors?
yes, that's what
That's
happened.
what you are saying,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes,
You were not confronted by the auditors, even where you were confronted, but the responses did not come from you.
I was not confronted, and then I was not aware.
So in other words, are you trying to tell me, a lay person here, that you doubt the efficiency of the auditors?
Well, I think I will not say it's the efficiency
Because
of the audit.
there's a code of conduct for an auditor.
Yes, yes, that's right. I agree with that.
So you are doubting the efficiency or the manner in which the audit was carried?
Actually, I believe I should be contacted.
I did not say that.
Yes.
What I am saying, are you doubting the capacity of the auditors or the efficiency of the auditors?
I may not say I'm doubting, but I believe it may be a gap.
There is a gap. But if where there is a gap, there is doubt. You haven't answered.
Yes,
Where there is a gap, there is inefficiency or lack of capacity.
I believe these receipt numbers need to be verified, because if you look at the same page, page 50, where you have 31st December 2019, the receipt number is somehow okay. That's 0075801 to 0075876, 336,450. Yeah, that one, I'm comfortable with that.
Yes. That is for sundry trade license.
Yes.
This could be a lot of people.
Exactly. That's why the range is
just hold
there.
on, just hold on. Using your same argument, if you look at what I was trying to say to you, if you look at on the 28th of February 2019,
Yes.
and you have two payments, slips or receipts
Yes.
done for Trust Bank, the TR numbers are different.
On the 28th of February.
28th of February 2019, bottom of page 50.
Yes. 210,000.
No, 210,000 and 250,000.
Yes. Trust Bank.
Yeah, but the receipts are different numbers.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they are done on the same day.
Well,
No, just hold on. They are done on the same day. The receipt numbers are different. Okay? And they have that slash that you are talking about. Because the one is 294-2074-0290. The other one is 294-207-0290. The
I
one
don't-
is 74, the middle number is 79. But it's for the same company and different amounts. And it was done on the same day, or it was receipted on the same day. So your argument doesn't, I think it doesn't hold. Now, when you talk about TR being treasurer's use, you're saying the treasurer here is the director of finance.
yes.
Now, if the treasurer's use, okay, is the one that gives that receipt number, And then it comes down to Mr. Kanteh's name, using a same TR, treasurer's use. And it says Mr. Kanteh is responsible, cashier, who must have issued these receipts. Look at bottom of page 51, the 467 and the 74,000. Now, Mr. Kanteh doesn't have, according to your story or your statement, Mr. Kanteh doesn't have the treasurer's use receipt. Somebody must have issued him with his name on the receipt. That's why his name is featuring in this. Somebody must have the treasurer's use of that receipt and place his name there as issued to Lamin Kanteh. This is the serial number, this is the amount. But he doesn't have a treasurer's use receipt book. It's either you or the director of finance, as you have said in your statement. So why did you allow Mr. Kanteh's name to be left on a treasurer's use receipt when he is not the custodian of the receipt books? But he was issued with a receipt with his name on it. That is my problem.
Yeah, I can understand you very well. Okay. Since this is a direct payment from Trust Bank, so it is the name Lamin Kanteh should not appear. It should be Trust Bank.
Yeah, but
I don't know how this thing.
Why is his name on that receipt until the auditors cannot find the receipt, and it's questionable that it was on it's unseen, and it amounts to amounts that have not been reconciled with the statement. They had done some reconciliation with the statement, the auditors. That's why they knocked off almost 16 million of the 60 million. So the 44 million is what we are struggling with.
Well, this particular payment is a direct payment. Trust Bank, they normally don't pay us cash. They pay directly in our account.
So do you want us to call in the auditors?
What?
To call in the auditors who did this auditing?
Well, for me, I don't understand this.
And you did not find time to ask them because you've been implicated.
No, but the receipt is not coming from me. There is nothing showing that I'm the one who prepared this receipt.
No. I'm taking your statement. You are saying TRs are either issued by you or by the director of finance.
Yes.
Yes, let's eliminate you. Then it has to be the director of finance.
Yes.
Yes, that's all what we are saying. Or that's all what I am saying. Yeah. If you can exonerate yourself that you did not issue this receipt in the name of Lamin Kanteh, fine. Then we know it's the director of finance, because you said you are the only two people who have these receipt books. It's either you or the director of finance that uses the treasurer's use receipt.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Suso, you said that you were not aware of this audit report and you were not there because the report is dated 25th of February 2021. During the entry and exit meeting, are you telling this commission that at no point were you invited by the auditors for any information that they might have wanted, you being finance manager one? Because this audit report, it was looking at activities from the 1st of January to the 31st of December 2019. And this 2019, you were finance manager one. So you want to tell us that when these people came, their entry meeting, they did not meet with you? Nobody called you to attend an entry meeting with the auditors? And when they were exiting Birkama, knowing fully well that you were the finance manager as at that time, they did not also call you to say that, well, we have come, we did not see you when we were coming in, but we are going out? Is that what you are telling the commission?
Yes.
So you never met with the auditors?
No.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Unless you have other quick questions for Mr. Kanteh, I believe we have already asked all the questions we have for him.
Yes.
Then we will discharge him.
For Mr. Kanteh, Mr. Kanteh, is it your evidence that you have never deposited in any of the council's account, or never withdrawn any money in the council's account?
Yes.
And also, how many loans did you take from the council?
What?
Loan. Have you ever taken any loan from the council?
Yes, yes.
How much is it?
30,000.
Have you repaid the loan?
This was since 2014. I paid it.
You paid it?
Yes.
Please provide for us your request to be given the loan. And you said, when did you take the loan?
Since 2015.
2015?
Yes.
You took the loan in 2015?
Yes.
We will want to see the request and what is contained in the document that granted you the loan.
Anyway,
please note that, and you bring it for us. And
anyway, I think I have finished that payment since 20.
Yes, bring us evidence that you have finished. You took a loan and you paid it.
But this is credit union. I take it from credit union.
Yes, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. Anybody that sits where you are sitting, you will tell us whether you have taken any money from the council, whether it is loan or gift or whatever.
No
so
gift.
you provide us with the evidence. All right?
Ma, that is with the what's the name again? This. Okay. I will do my best to come with the evidence.
Now, for medicals, were you supported by the council for any medical treatment?
No.
You don't have any medical scheme at the council?
No, I did not.
Now, how many bank accounts do you have?
Anyway, I told you, I'm not banking. I don't know how many bank accounts we have. I don't even know how they do their bankings.
I said your personal accounts.
How many
accounts do you have?
Just Echo. I have one Echo bank.
You bank at Echo Bank?
At that salary.
That's your salary account?
That's my salary.
So, where do you have your savings account?
It's the same place.
It's the same account?
Yes.
We will want to have your statement from 2018 to date, both your current and your savings account.
And that one is, even if you contact ECHO, it's only the salary I have.
I am asking you, Mr. Kanteh, you don't tell us what to do, we tell you what to do.
Okay, I will
bring
go there.
us your statement from 2018 to January, end of January 2023. All right? Both the current and the savings account.
Yes, no problem. No problem, I will do that.
We are aware of the properties you have and the ones you have in people's names. Can you list them out for us?
What property? Properties?
Properties, yes.
No.
You don't have?
I don't have properties.
You don't have any property?
I'm living in my home compound, in our compound.
Where?
I am only living with one compound.
You what? You did what?
One compound I have. That is where I am living.
Where is that compound?
No, it's there.
Where is that compound?
It's in Jeddah.
In Jeddah?
Yes.
Where?
Brik is very far from the town. It's around the forest park. You know, we have our family land. They distribute it to all of us. So anybody who feel like going out.
So how many plots do you have in that family?
No, it's just a compound. Though I have more than 4, but then
all the 4 are collected.
But one is for me. They are all together. One is for me, my younger brother, 2 of my younger brother, and one for me. and the one is for
Who
my...
is having custody of those ones? Are they leased or?
No, they are not leased. They are just
They are
ordinary.
freehold.
They are empty. Nothing is there. Nothing is there.
So
I am only living...
they are freehold properties.
I have this, three are freeholds. The other one I'm living there. The other one is already, the house is almost dilapidated. So it's
Who
like
built
that.
that one?
That other one is built by me.
The one that is dilapidated
Yes, that one is built by me.
is built by you. So why did you allow it to be dilapidated?
During 2021, there was a heavy rain. It happens that the roof is
So
already...
that is different from the one you are living in.
No, the one I am living with right now is different from that.
It's different from
Yes.
So in whose name are the other three that you are talking about?
The one I am living,
Yes, the one that is dilapidated.
that's
in
one
your
is,
name.
is on my name.
So the other one, the good one, is also in your name.
No, it's not on my name. That one is the
Please,
family.
Mr. Kanteh, provide us with copies of all the properties that you have.
I have only one property. That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well, if it is one or if it is zero, provide us with copies.
I will provide you with copy.
All right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Kanteh, what is your position presently? You are the principal cashier,
Principal cashier.
and you are responsible for receiving and also paying out.
No, not paying out.
What is your responsibility?
It's just to receive. There are paying out cashiers. There are cashiers who are doing transaction and other payments.
But
not
then
me.
all the other cashiers are under you,
Yes, they work on
and
me.
they make payments to you.
No.
So what do you do as principal cashier?
I only give out receipts. But
only give
right
out-
now, anything that is going to be paid, you have to, it must come from the bank because everything is bank now. There is no cash payment in Brikama Area Council now.
Yeah, I know there are no cash
So
payments, but
they will only give them the check, then the paying out cashiers will go and withdraw and then do their transaction.
yesterday in your testimony, just a follow-up to what the lead counsel said, you actually said that people pay into you and you issue receipts to them, and the cash you give to Mr. Suso, and then Suso gives it to others to pay to the bank.
This was in 2019, if you can recall.
But as
But
receiving
after
cashier,
20
let me tell you, as receiving cashier, everything stops at you. All financial transactions stops at you. And it is your responsibility to make all payments to the bank. Anything that is not deposited into the bank and it has been given to you, and you give that amount of money to somebody else, you are directly responsible.
That is
in contravention of the
that is not what is happening in BAC.
But that is what should be.
But then it's not what is happening.
Yeah, but that is what should be.
That's beyond my knowledge anyway, Mr.
And you
Farr.
cannot be absolved from that. You cannot be absolved from that. You know, just because kneeling for the deferic, so no ruler. You know, this is how it has been done, so that is how it should be. There is a process and procedure that has to be followed. And as the principal cashier, you are responsible for the entire financial resources of the council. So if payment comes to you, you are the last point. And from there, it has to go all the way to the bank. You shouldn't give cash to any other person. It is your responsibility. I just wanted to shed light on that.
Yeah, but but that is not what is happening in Brikama Area Council.
Mr. Canton Kanteh,
Yes.
excuse me, talking to you.
Yes.
What is happening in Brikama Area Council cannot be above the law. Do you understand that? The law is the law. The law is saying that all these monies, you are the one who should keep it in your safe if it is not deposited at the bank, and then you bank it, you take the money to the bank. The law, that is what the law is saying. The law is not saying that what happens at Brikama Area Council. No, the law is the law. You are supposed to be depositing these monies into the bank. It doesn't mention any other person but you. Just to buttress what the Lord Mayor is saying, it is your responsibility when you give the money to someone else. You are directly responsible. Do you understand that?
I mean, you know, our system is different from that.
No. I'm not talking of the system. I'm talking of the law.
No.
Your system cannot be above the law. Do you understand that? Let's agree to that first.
No, that is, yes.
Okay, we stop at that. The law is the law. Your internal arrangement or your system cannot be above the law. If at all there is a law and everybody have your own way of circumventing the law with a something like an internal arrangement, it doesn't make it right. Let's follow the law. That is what makes us a country. If at all you can put the law aside and do anything you like, then we eventually become a banana republic. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, Mr. Kanteh. Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
Just before I discharge you or ask that the commissioners discharge you, I just want to ask, perhaps before you, Mr. Suso, what do you say should be done when the cashier receives money from the revenue collectors?
Physical cash?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the money we use for...
No, as in, what should be the procedure? You as the finance manager, what does the financial manual say?
The money should be bank.
It should be taken to the bank.
Yeah.
Do you have the financial manual with you currently? Do you have a copy?
Yes, I have it here.
Please turn to page 61, section 905, where you have the subsidiary cash book. Are you there?
Sorry, 1 minute.
May I ask that the witness be given a hard copy? Page 61, section 905.
Yes.
With the heading, the subsidiary cash book. Are you there with me?
Yes, I'm there.
Now, it says, as a way of introduction, that this is the cash book to be used by the employees charged with the receipts of revenue and who are required to make lodgement to the main cashier at the council's headquarters. Do you follow?
Yes.
Now, in it is recorded in serial number, order, the receipts, tickets, license, etc., and the amounts received from the public on the day or of receipt. It has sub-paragraph 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you go to 3, it says the total receipts of each day must be banked or paid to the main cashier at council's headquarters. Do you see that?
Yes.
Now, when the amount has been received or stamped paying in slip, or you call it a deposit slip, from the bank has been obtained by the main cashier, he will issue a receipt for the amount collected from the accounts clerk. Now, it's very clear that the amount he collects as the cashier must be taken to the bank.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So why do you have the policy or the practice that monies that your cashier will collect, Mr. Kanteh, will be used for office expenses?
Yes, like I said earlier, it was a management decision. But later on...
But it was verbal decision.
I cannot remember or recall if there is any formal letter to that.
There was no formality. There was no formality.
But this happened only in 2018, then...
no, it has happened throughout. 2018, 2019, 2020, up to date. Perhaps maybe with the advent of the commission, it may stop.
No.
But up to the time you left, it was what updated on the ground.
90% of the monies are taken to the bank by collectors.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. You and I know that's not true. Do you understand?
That is very true. That's very true.
You cannot say 90% when you have about $44 million that is outstanding.
No. It's my man. 44 million is not outstanding. Some of these payments, if you look at even the annex, like Trust Bank, those are direct payments. These are not monies that come to the office. No. The 60 million is the total collection for the year. So we cannot receive 44 million physical card at the office.
Turn to page 51 of the 2019 audit report. Or let's say you go to page 52, where you have the first one on the 5th of April 2019. The name is Lamin Kanteh, the cashier. And then the GTR number is already there. Is that not the case?
Yes, I saw it, yeah.
What is the amount?
47,300.
Now you go again, the same date, you have an amount of $856,000, 5th of April 2019. Do you see that?
Yes.
That suggests it's a GTR issued to a revenue collector, perhaps, or collectors.
No.
No what?
This GTR, if it is a correct GTR, this is GTR that is been given to Kanteh based on collection that he received from revenue collectors, because he is also having a GTR.
That is a receipt of what?
The receipt, this receipt shows Treasurer's GTR.
Yes.
Representing...
No, the Treasurer GTR is already there.
Yes, what I'm saying.
You have the GTR, and you have the first part, which is the Treasurer's use.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the way you have his name and the GTR number.
Yeah, this GTR, if it is a correct GTR number, it's Treasurer's GTR.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm listening.
Showing Lamin Kanteh has been reconciled, and that is okay by the finance manager.
And that is you.
Yes.
And you will want to issue this GTR.
Yes. Yes.
So all the GTR would have been issued by you, Mr. Suso.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
There's nothing like possibly.
Yeah. Not that.
It's either that is what obtains.
Not that I don't go for leave, or not that I don't feel sick. Sometimes I'm not in office, so
no.
It's 100%.
You are the one who supervises Mr. Kanteh.
Yes.
So it's either you issue this GTR, or you did not. But you have already admitted it's you, Mr. Suso, who will reconcile with Mr. Kanteh.
That's correct.
Do you have a cash book?
I don't have a cash book.
How do you conduct this reconciliation then?
He's having a cash book.
Yes.
Right? And then he will only be provided a receipt.
He will only
be provided a receipt.
He will only be provided a receipt.
A receipt, right?
Yes.
And that receipt will be posted in the main cash book.
Yes. So you will take that receipt and post it to the main cash book.
Exactly.
That is the finance director's cash book.
Exactly.
So you, the middleman, you don't have a cash book.
No, I don't have a cash book. No.
So how do you effectively supervise and when you don't have a supervisory document?
No, I should not have a cash book. Remember, this GTR is Treasurer's GTR.
Yes.
That need to be posted in the main cash book.
Yes.
Showing breakdown of revenue heads.
Yes.
Right? Then the principal cashier's cash book will show the details of collectors or details of revenues collected by collectors.
Yes.
And the collector's cash book will show details of individual that make payments at the field. So now, this is how it operates.
Turn to page 12 of the financial manual, where you have your responsibility as the finance manager. Are you there with me? Page 12, section 205, the finance manager.
Yes.
Show us where your responsibilities extend to the point when you are supposed to supervise the cashier.
Yes, you can go to G.
G.
Yes.
Read G.
Any other duties assigned from time to time.
That's a very smart way of saying things. So any other duties assigned from time to time involves supervising the cashier every single day. That's not time to time.
No, it's not every single day. Normally we reconcile on weekly
No.
basis.
You supervise the cashier. As the finance manager, you said your responsibility is to supervise the cashier and do reconciliation with him. When the law says the monies that he collects must be taken to the bank.
Yes, I think we have talked about that.
No, let's talk about it again.
Yeah, the money is supposed to go to the bank, 100%.
No, I have already established that point.
Yes.
And we agree with that. That what obtains on the ground in Brikama Area Council is totally contrary to what obtains in relation to what the law allows, right? That we have an agreement.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Now your responsibility as the finance manager. Does it say that you must supervise the cashier? You must supervise and reconcile with the cashier and collect money from him?
Not collecting money from him, but I can be assigned by the Director of Finance.
You can be.
Yes.
That is,
because
it depends.
If you look at the first paragraph, under the guidance and supervision of the Director of Finance.
Yes, show me.
I can be given assignments by the Director of Finance.
Contrary to the dictates of the law, that is, the money must be taken to the bank? Is that what you were saying?
But the monies we are taking to the bank, not 100%.
No. The cashier must take the money to the bank. The Director of Finance doesn't have the authority to tell you otherwise. You know that. He has his own responsibilities. Let's go and check it. You want to go and check it? You and I had this discussion several times. You had been the Director of Finance in Basse. You know you don't have the powers and the authority to go contrary to the dictates of the financial manual. Is that not true?
Yes, this was a gap.
Is that not true?
Yeah, that's right.
As Director of Finance, you don't have the authority to tell a cashier not to take the money to the bank. Do you have the power?
No.
So the same way, your Director of Finance doesn't have the power to tell you to collect monies from Mr. Kanteh. Do you agree with that?
I'm not collecting money from Mr. Kanteh.
No,
These monies are used for council's operation.
Yes, I'm not saying for your personal use.
No, I'm not even thinking of that.
We will come to that. I'm not saying about for your personal use. I'm saying collecting in the course of your duty. The practice you had is not supported by the financial manual. And
yes, I agree with you. Yes.
And you don't have the authority to supervise Mr. Kanteh and collect and do reconciliation and know exactly how much he collects and collect monies from him. You don't have the authority, do you?
Not 100%.
Exactly, 100%. And the finance director doesn't have the authority as well to instruct you otherwise. That you agree as well.
That is not in line, yes.
It's not in line. So why did you do it?
Yeah, because actually this was the practice that was happening. To be frank with you, because I was in the system for almost 17 good years. And then the director is somehow is a busy man, so this responsibility is always delegated to the finance manager one. But actually, it's supposed not to happen.
It's supposed not to happen.
Not to happen, yeah.
And it was happening.
Yeah, I think
now
it's a learning point for, yeah.
It's a learning point.
Yeah.
Probably, let's hope it is not too late in the day to learn, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
Just that some are very costly, and some you can't term them as mistakes, Mr. Suso, because you are educated, probably far more than most people. Is that not the case? You sat here one time and defended your education, and then which I was impressed with. So probably you don't have the freedom to make too many mistakes when you have clear-cut laws saying what you are supposed to do.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Mr. Kanteh, do you not know at the time that when you collect money you are not supposed to give it to Mr. Suso?
Definitely, I don't know.
How comes you did not know and you were appointed as a cashier?
I'm appointed as a revenue collector.
No, you were appointed, you were promoted, yes. You had assumed the role, you were the cashier from 2015. Is that not the case?
That's the case.
Are you saying you are not qualified to be a cashier?
No, I'm not saying that.
Were you qualified to be a cashier?
I believe I'm qualified.
Please draw yourself to the microphone.
I believe.
And so you knew at the time that monies given to Mr. Suso or reconciling with the finance manager was wrong in that manner?
Honestly, I don't know in that manner it is wrong.
Mr. Kanteh, the problem with you is you know about these things. And what Mr. Suso is saying, in fact, is much more honest than you. Number one, you refuse to produce your cash book, knowing fully well you had conducted fraudulent practices in relation to that cash book. So you cannot produce it, and you will not produce it, which you know it may cost you dearly. You know that. Just like Mr. Honorable Fall had said, just because Mr. Suso is taking ownership does not absolve you as well from responsibility.
Anyway, this is what I found in the system. When I come into that cash office,
you found so many things in the system. You were issuing out GTR receipts when you don't see evidence of deposit slips. And you tell the commissioners that I just believed in what the witnesses were, what the revenue collectors were saying. That they will come and tell you, I deposited $100,000 to the bank. Immediately you give them a receipt without even confirming that the money is deposited to the bank. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand what you
Now back to Mr. Suso. Why, if you were doing reconciliation with your cashier, just look at page 12 regarding your responsibilities. It says that you, the finance manager, shall be responsible for safeguarding the council's interest in all financial transactions relating to revenue collections and expenditure, under the guidance and supervision of the Director of Finance, ensure that effective accounting systems and procedures are laid down to aid the provision of appropriate management. Now, A, you have to have custody of all bank statements and a continuous check on all lodgements into the council's bank account. Why are you doing that?
Yes.
No, you were not doing that, my friend.
Why?
If you were doing that, you would not have had a problem with respect to this 60 million that was outstanding at the time.
No, this 60 million is not outstanding. The references are there.
Let's go on. See, your answer has always been they are there. We had interviewed you in Basse. Up to today, we are now in Brikama. You have to produce one evidence, apart from saying it is there. It's high time you graduate from these things, Mr. Suso.
But I told you there is an abstraction of direct payments amounting to almost about 20-something or 30-something.
There is what?
There is a information with Kanteh showing direct payments. And these direct payments, sometimes they are not pay slip that we normally receive.
Mr. Kanteh will reconcile with the financial consultant regarding what he has.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Mr. Kanteh. This is the audit report we are discussing.
Yes.
B says you have to post and balance the daily or monthly abstract books. Why are you doing that?
Yes, we are using the system.
Mr. Suso,
yes, I was doing it.
You and I know what you have not been doing. You and I know it's not typical of Mr. Suso to keep books of accounts. So please be honest and we move on.
I'll be very honest with you.
You have been doing that?
Yes.
Do you have records of that? You know it will be my next question.
You know, this...
do you have records of this? You know it will be my next logical question. Anyone will ask you that.
They are available.
When will you produce it?
Let's say, I have to consult the Director of Finance.
The burden is on you, Mr. Suso.
Yes.
C says you must be posting and balancing the general ledger. Do you do that? Do you keep the general ledger?
Yes.
How do you keep the general ledger? Tell us.
Yes, we have a system where we post all the revenue hit and we balance the general ledger to look at the balances.
What is the system?
Metrics.
What?
Metrics.
The metric system.
Yes.
Again, please provide us with that during your period 2018-2019. D says you must prepare the monthly summary of receipts and payments.
Yes, that's the income expenditure.
Do you have them for 2018 and 2019 every month?
Yeah.
If you say yes, you have to produce them, Mr.
I provide them.
Please do. E, to draft final accounts and financial statements.
Yes.
So you don't draft financial statements?
I draft it with my Director of Finance. I think that's what we are dealing with. The financial statement for 2019, 2020.
No, we are dealing with the audit report.
Yeah, but you must prepare the draft first before
the audit report has clearly outlined that you don't prepare financial statements.
No.
In Brikama Area Council?
Brikama, there was financial statement, of course.
No. There's no area council that prepares a financial statement the way it's supposed to be prepared. You only have an expenditure and an income. You don't prepare financial statements. You don't have any information to back up the figures you will state in the financial statement.
I totally disagree with you.
Now give a proof. Provide the proofs.
Yeah, okay.
Now provide the financial statement for 2018 and 2019.
Okay.
By tomorrow. Please note that down. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Mr. Kanteh, we will apply that the commission has excused you for now to temporarily discharge you, so that we will proceed, Mr. Suso, with the rest of the, unless there are other questions for him.
I just have one question. How many other cashiers do you have under you, Mr. Kanteh?
I said two.
You have two. You said
two.
They are, is it Fatu Jaju? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Aida Jallo and Fatu Jaju.
Yes.
These are the two.
They are the two.
You said Fatu Jaju is a senior cashier.
Yes.
And Aida Jaju is a cashier too?
Yes.
Thank you. So, Mr. Kanteh, you are asked to bring documentation. I ask you to bring your
Bank statement.
Yes, your statements and the other previous documents we have asked you to bring. We will call you back when we need you.
Okay.
So for today, you are discharged.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, can we, you made two statements, Mr. Suso?
Yes.
Let us show you your additional statement dated the 27th of March 2024. And please advise whether that is a statement you gave to the investigators. Is that your statement?
Yes.
We apply to tender the additional statement of Mr. Lamin Suso, dated the 14th of March 2024 in relation to Brik Area Council, into evidence as an exhibit.
The additional witness statement of Lamin Suso, dated the 27th of March 2024, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/LS/BKAC/002.
As the commission places. Mr. Suso, there's an issue regarding an auction that happened during your time.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the final report on the system audit for the period of 1st January 2020 to December 31st, 2020?
No.
Okay. We will ask that you be given a copy. There's a system audit that was conducted by Suleiman Bari. You know him?
Very well.
Who is he?
He's the principal internal auditor
of Brik Area Council.
Yes.
And he was there during your time?
Of course.
Now, I believe you have also addressed this issue in your statement.
Yes, I do.
Is that not the case?
Exactly.
Now, the observation is that, it says, if I may read, that during our review on the Contracts Committee meeting minutes, it was mentioned in one of the meetings that the Auction Committee Chairman, Mr. Ibrahim Sawane, reported to the Contracts Committee that an amount of $1,229,600 was realized during the auction activity, in which an amount of $1,120,100 was deposited into the council's account, and an outstanding balance of $103,500 was paid later, but with several consultations with the auction committee chairman for him to provide us with deposit slips of the said amounts in court. But nothing was provided to the audit unit for verification up to the time of the writing of this report. That the auction chairman said that the outstanding balance was entrusted with the finance manager, one Mr. Suso, Lamin Suso. So the entire amount of $1,229,600 is in limbo, because the audit team cannot have any meaningful response from the said committee. Is that true?
It's not true.
What is not true? Which part? There must be a part that is true, Mr. Suso.
Yes, the chairman of the auction committee, that's Mr. Sawane.
Yes.
And also the internal auditor, Suleiman Bari,
yes,
who are all members of the committee, indicated on their report that the $103,000 is under my custody, which is not correct. That is a report that was prepared for the auction. If you don't mind, I can present it. That shows the transactions of the auction. And okay, I was not engaged when they were preparing this system audit report in totality.
Let us see the report. And by the way, how many of you comprise of the team?
5.
5 of you. The names, yourself, Mr. Suso?
Yes.
What was your role?
I was the cashier.
And who else?
Ibrahim Sawane.
Sawane, his role?
Representing the administration. And
Go
then
on.
Suleiman Barry,
Yes.
the auditor.
Go ahead.
Paul Alex Mendy, procurement officer.
Yes.
And then Fatimata Jallo, councillor.
Now this is a report.
Yes.
And it is dated the 1st of April 2020.
Yes.
I have seen attachments in the report. What are these attachments?
Those are the receipts of the bidders.
The receipts of what? The bidders?
The bidders.
The amount of money they have paid.
Exactly.
And you gave them a receipt?
Yes.
A Brikama Area Council receipt?
Correct.
And they all paid in cash?
Yes, they all paid in cash.
We applied to tender a report as submitted by the witness, Mr. Lamin Suso. We are heading summary report on Brikama Area Council auction dated the 25th of January 2020. It has 38 pages and signed by the witness, Mr. Lamin Suso, as the finance manager number 1, into evidence as an exhibit.
A summary report on Brikama Area Council auction dated the 25th of January 2020. The said report is signed by Mr. Suso, Finance Manager 1, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/LS/B KAC/003.
As the commission, please, may we have the report? Now, Mr. Suso.
Yes.
What actually obtains? How many assets were disposed of by way of public auction?
$26.
26 assets.
Yeah.
And this includes what the first asset is? Is a vehicle?
Yeah, vehicle BAC 10.
Brikama Area Council 10.
Yeah.
What kind of vehicle is that?
Well, I cannot remember.
What was the problem with the vehicle?
What?
What was the problem with the vehicle?
It was a scrap vehicle.
Do you have a report to that effect?
Yes, there was a report.
Where is the report?
No, I don't have the report. I think that will be with the procurement unit.
Do you know you're supposed to have a report? Before, in fact, you auction any public asset, you must have a report regarding the state of that asset.
Yes, I can fully remember.
Was that done?
Yes, there was a report prepared, and an auctioneer was also engaged to do the.
Who provided the assessment in relation to these assets? Which expert?
One Mr. I cannot recall the name.
Mr. Suso, if there was no report done, just tell us there was a report done.
No, there was a report.
Now tell us, how did you arrive at the decision that these assets, these 26 assets should be auctioned? You have become Area Council 10, it's a vehicle, you said?
Yes.
What kind?
I cannot remember the kind of vehicle.
You see, the details, they are not even, you don't even have the accurate details in this report.
Yeah, the kind of the vehicle was not captured. But
you must have a description of what, your report must be complete.
Yes, for BSc 10 and BSc 40, the description of the vehicles are not there. But if you look at number 3,
yes,
you have BSc Tractor 20.
Just wait a minute.
Yes.
The first one, become Area Council 10, we don't know what kind of vehicle it is.
I cannot recall, yeah.
But no, it's not in the report.
It's not there, you are right, it's not there.
And we know the amount it was auctioned for is $65,000.
That's correct.
We don't have a report as to the state of the vehicle, whether it has a minor problem, whether it's just the side mirror that had a problem, or there was a total scrap or the damage, total damage the vehicle. We don't know.
Yes, but I can get to the office and find out. But I know there was a report.
I'm just saying, as of now, this report you have does not contain any of that.
No.
Now, the second one, become Area Council 40, we also don't know, but it was sold for $250,000. What kind of vehicle is that?
I think it's a truck.
A truck?
Yeah.
Was it also a scrap?
Yeah.
You will not sell a scrap truck for $250, will you?
Yeah, what?
You won't sell a scrap truck for $250.
Well, if it cannot, if the council cannot maintain the asset and then it cannot be usable by the council, it has to be disposed.
That's not what the law says. So you have to follow the procurement guidelines in relation to how you dispose of assets. You were formed by the committee.
Yes.
You had no report in relation to the state of these vehicles. That's the fact.
There was a report. The committee responsibility was to manage the auction sales.
We will request that you provide that report.
Okay.
Please write that down. Now, most of these are vehicles. Is that not correct, sir?
What?
Most of them are vehicles. And you
Yes.
also have a scrap generator.
Yes.
Scrap engine and generator tank.
Yes.
Truck. You have tractor 1. You sold tractor 1 for $10,000. On page 14, number 14.
Number 14, yes.
What was the state of the tractor? Because I can't imagine you even selling a scrap for $10,000. A scrap tractor.
You know, this is during the period of bidding, so people will offer the amount.
There must be a minimum.
No,
There's a minimum acceptable price.
This particular auction, the amount that was valuated for the vehicles and all the materials was about 540-something,000. But at the end of the day, we are able to have 1.2 million.
Forget that
yes.
tabulation or whatsoever. Let's just look at the detail itself. How can you auction a tractor for $10,000?
Yes,
what must have been wrong with the tractor?
It was not in good shape.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we cannot maintain it, and the management decided to dispose the tractor.
But do you follow the procedure?
If you see that the tractor is taking more expenses than what the tractor
follow the procedure,
you have to dispose it.
Do you know what the GPS says? You follow the procedure. That's the point. That's my point. You follow the auction regulations in relation to the Gambia Public Procurement Regulation or Act.
But I don't have the say to. I don't have the authority to say this particular item have to be, disposed.
You were the finance manager. You are part of the management.
Yes, of course.
Gambia Area Council.
Yes.
Yes. You were part of the contracts committee. Were you not?
No, I'm not part of the contract.
You are part of the disposal committee.
Disposal committee, no.
You dispose of these items.
This was a tax given to us. That doesn't mean that we are part of the disposal committee.
Were you appointed formally? How were you constituted?
Well, we are selected. Each of the unit is asked to identify.
Were you formally appointed? The committee?
I believe, yeah, I believe.
You don't believe? It's either you were formally appointed or you were not formally appointed.
I cannot recall at this moment.
The law says you must be formally appointed.
I know there must be a written document. I know that for sure.
Were you written to?
Yes, I'm sure I'm written to.
You were written to.
I'm sure, yeah.
Now, let's go straight to these receipts that you issued. Who issued this receipt? Is it you?
Yes.
The first name is Omar Jallo. How much is the amount?
This is 50,000.
15,000.
50,000, 50.
Okay. Now, did you deposit this money to the bank?
Yes, these monies were given to me and later they were deposited to the bank.
Which bank?
GT Bank.
GT Bank.
Yes.
Can you please be given the GT Bank account?
Yes, the copy is in the file. I have my copy here.
You have your, which copy is that?
The GT Bank, the copy.
You have your GT Bank copy?
Yeah.
Is it there?
Yeah, you know, it's an accumulative total. If you look at, there's 100,000, 100,000, 760,000, because it's accumulative total that I deposited, not individually.
How much did you deposit altogether?
1.2, 1,147,000. 1,147,100.
And how much was the outstanding balance?
82,500.
Was the outstanding balance? So
yes.
we'll just go by your own analogy first before we go into what the findings were with respect to the auditor.
Okay.
Now, what happened to the balance?
Yes, there was one bidder that failed to pay in
Yes.
respect to the deadline. So
Yes.
later the matter was forwarded to the court, the council court,
Yes.
and then this money was recovered.
Yes.
Yes.
How was it recovered?
Yes, the guy was summoned to the court, and then payments were done.
Fine. Now, your statement, you said on the last paragraph, the first page, that on the issue of disposal of council assets, I was a member of council's auction committee and successfully disposed some council's assets, which included a pickup, shovel, grader, 2 mini trucks, and some other items. The committee realized a total of $1,229,600. This is contrary to what you are saying in your oral evidence.
You are very right. Before I saw the report, because I have to go back to Brik to search for this report. But when I was given the statement, by then this report was not with me. It's just recent that I was able to get this report. We have to search for it. So this is why there is contra.
You are the only one who signed this report, by the way.
Yes, because I was the cashier. So I have to
it's a
report. Yes, it's my report, yes.
Yes,
it was addressed to the CEO.
That's what I'm saying. You have a committee. The committee must come up with a report.
Yeah,
It's not supposed to be your report, as in Mr. Suso's report. It has to be the committee's report in relation to being transparent in the execution of their duties.
Yes, that was the report.
So if you had gone and typed this, you wouldn't know whether it will have any weight or not. But by the way,
no, that was the report prepared because the chairman of the committee said the report is in the files, which still it could not be traced. But there was a report prepared by the committee. This one was report prepared by me to the CEO.
There is no evidence of that.
Actually, yes.
And the amounts in your report is totally in contravention with the findings of the internal auditor. Of course, you know that.
Well, that's the auditor's opinion.
And we'll come to that. But you, as the cashier, you were not working in isolation, were you?
No, we are working as a team.
Exactly.
But by then the report was not prepared. The report was just prepared just recently.
Why would there be two reports? Why would you have your own individual report and then you will have a report from
this was the request from the CEO. That's why it is addressed to the CEO.
Okay. Now again, in your statement, you said...
Sorry, let me just ask. You said the CEO asked you to give him a report. Did he acknowledge receiving this report?
Yes, his writing is there.
He wrote that. Who was the CEO as at that time?
Modi Jonga.
Modi Jonga. Thank you.
Let me go further with your statement on the second page. That the balance of $103,500 was spent on council's expenses during the auction period. Mr. Suso, again, your oral evidence is contrary to your statement.
I agree with you.
And contrary to the findings of the auditor, but we'll just go by your statement first.
Yes, no problem.
You had said that you had spent an amount of $103,500 in council's expenses.
Yes, that statement was not correct. Because by then I did not see the report.
See?
So I believe...
Are you saying by then you did not go and manufacture a report?
No, this report is just manufactured.
How can you not? How can you not?
No.
How can you implicate yourself? How can you say that you have spent this money in council expense when it's not true? You gave an exact amount.
I agree with you. The statement is incorrect at the time, and then this report, I can tell you that it's not manufactured. Because I cannot go and, I'm not in the office currently, I cannot go and manufacture this receipt and prepare them and give it to the CEO.
Does the report tell us where these monies were being paid to?
Yes, if you look at the GT Bank statement.
The report, in the report?
No, it is part of, I submitted it to the investigators.
The report only tells us the monies you have collected.
Yes.
It didn't tell us where it's been paid to.
No, the report doesn't capture that, yes, but they are paid into GT Bank account.
So again, if the report did not capture that, we have no option but to go by your statement.
But I decided to provide the GT Bank account and give it to the investigators.
Again, look at the first page of your report. It says that the balance of payment as at January 28 is $103,500. And then you have your actual balance in $2,500. But this was not authenticated by anyone. You, Mr. Suso, came up with this amount. Is that not the case?
Yes, the receipt shows the authenticity of the payments.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, when they were making payments, at what time were you going to the bank to deposit these monies?
The auction took place on the 25th. That was on Saturday.
On the?
25th.
On Saturday?
Yes. So some of the monies were paid, because normally there is always an arrangement that you have to put in some amount.
Yes.
Then 26th, 27th, I went to the bank.
So we'll be going on break, I think, soon. You'll have to show us where you have deposited these monies to at the GT Bank when we come back, and then we will do the tabulation. Would that be okay?
It's okay, we can do it.
Any questions to the witness? I believe it is 1 o'clock, is it not? 10 minutes to 1. Now, let me hand you over this.
I have a copy.
Now, please guide us as to the mode of payment that you have made to the bank and the date.
Yes, if you look at the receipts,
Yes.
you have different amounts.
Yes.
You have 10,000. Sorry, let's go to the first page.
No, first the bank.
The bank,
payments you have
yes.
made to the bank.
You can go to GT Bank
Yes.
statement on the 27th of January 2020. That was a cash deposit of 100,000.
By?
Lamin Suso.
By you?
Yes.
Please proceed. $100,000.
No, 100,000.
100,000.
And then you have 28 again.
28 of what?
Of January.
Which year?
2020.
Go ahead.
And then you also have 28 of January, 760,000.
28 of?
January.
760,000. Please proceed.
And then you have 40,000. That's 31st of January.
Go ahead.
Yes, these are the deposits.
Yes, now what is the amount altogether? That's $1 million.
That's 1 million, yes.
Is that all?
No, that is 120 something thousand. That is dated
Go ahead.
Yes, that one I could not trace for now.
That what?
I cannot trace that one for now. The difference.
So what we have now is $1 million.
Yes, 1 million.
How much was collected altogether?
That's 1,147,000.
Altogether?
Yes.
1 million?
147,100.
The report says it's $1,229,600.
That was the total amount.
Yes.
That's supposed to be collected, but the 82,500 went.
No, just wait a minute. The total amount is $1,229,600 that was supposed to be collected.
Yes.
Yes. That was realized. In fact, that was what was collected in the sales.
Realized, yes.
Now you have $1 million that you can account for.
Yes, the other payment was done. Yes, I think it's 126. I have to check for that one. It was part of my report, but I misplaced it.
It was part of your?
It was part of my documents, but I have to check it.
Can I have the report?
Yeah.
No, first, just hold the report. Your the first amount of money that you received was how much? Was it through cash payment?
Yeah, they are all cash payments.
How much was the first amount?
100,000.
On the 28th. When was the first payment? What date?
You know, payments were done on the 25th. This was on Saturday.
No, just give me the dates.
Yeah. Okay, 27th.
27th.
100,000.
100,000 by?
Yes. By various bidders.
No. I'm just saying, going by your report.
The report here is showing receipts. You want me to give you the receipts?
Yes, the receipts.
Oh, okay. All right. You have Omar Jallo.
On the 27th, how many payments did you receive?
No. I only received. I think we can start with the first one. That's 25th.
25th?
Yes.
How much was that?
15,000.
15,000?
Yes.
Go ahead.
29, 50,000.
On the 29th?
Yes.
I don't understand.
They are not arranged.
No, wait a minute. Your first, on the 25th, how much did you pay? How much was paid to you?
On this particular receipt here, there is 15,000.
We have to ascertain that the monies that you are referring to us at the GT Bank payment, bank, the payments you have made are monies that you derive from the sales.
Yes. You know, these are the receipts.
Remember, your main function was not to act as a cashier in the audit. You were also the finance manager. You had access to monies.
This is a committee, and the responsibility
I'm just saying that the monies you are referring to us in the GT Bank must be the monies that you realized from the sale, that actual money that you deposited into the bank. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, the first payment was when? According to the receipt.
Payments were done on the 25th, the very day.
How much?
I have 15,000 here.
How many payments were done on the 5th, on the 25th? How many payments were done on the 25th?
Let me check for on the 25th first.
Is it 25th January?
Yes, 25th January, yes.
2020?
Yes, 2020, yes.
You have to read to us the amount.
Okay, 15,000.
Yes.
You have 50,000.
Yes. By?
This 50,000 is paid by CD Koli.
The same day, 25th?
Yes, 25th, yes.
Go ahead.
You have 40,000 by Chorna Suleiman Ba.
Please proceed.
You have Chorna Suleiman Ba, 40,000.
Yes.
You have 50,000 by CD Koli.
Go ahead.
You have 45,000.
Go ahead.
We have 22,000 by one Omar Gay. And you have Suleiman Seni Gay also. This is 10,000. You have again Omar Mbai, 27,000.
Please proceed.
Okay. You have Seni Gay, 10,000. You have Omar Mbai, 1,000. I think this one also is part of it. That is, I think it's...
Is that all?
It's not readable, but I believe it's 25th. It's
How many GT Bank accounts do you have?
GT Bank account.
The area council is only one.
Yeah.
Well, we will come back to that.
Okay.
But then, just to conclude, the amount of monies that you deposit on the 28th, that's $100,000. Is that correct? On the 27th.
27 is 100,000.
That is far, far less than what you have collected, even on your first day. Far less.
And how much do you have?
It's not even the same.
How much do you have?
You have 15,000 and 50,000.
Okay.
That's 65. Another $40,000. That's 105. You have another 40.
Okay.
150. You have another $50,000. That's 200,000. You have another $45,000. That's 245. You have another $60,000. Just to name a few.
I don't give you 60,000.
What?
I don't give you 60,000.
Okay.
Yes, but
that's fine. But I'm just saying what we have calculated the first day is more than $200,000. So you cannot deposit less than that.
Yes, the 100,000 is here. I have to look for the difference.
No. You see, the point is what you are showing us will not be the deposits for the monies that you collect.
Why?
No, and let me ask you why. You have to.
You
must produce the deposit slips.
Now I'm now giving you the information that this auction was done on the 25th, 27. On the 25th was on Saturday, right? 26 was Sunday. Then 27 was Monday. 28 was Tuesday.
That's fine.
Right?
But even if 27, 28 you went to deposit,
yes,
you will deposit the amounts of money you collect.
Yes.
But what you have deposited is $100,000. Is my point.
Yes.
Far less than what you have collected.
For this particular statement, I'm seeing 100,000.
No, we'll come back. We'll come back and then we'll continue. My point is.
I see your point.
Yes,
I
it
see
does
your
not
point very
appear
well. I see your point very well. But we try to get all right.
It does not, Mr. Suso. You see, you are trying to be smart. I know you. We will go on break. What you are trying to show us is a total distraction to what the findings are. What you have deposited,
yes,
if at all you made deposits, it has nothing to do with this money.
The finding is done by the internal audit.
No,
He's part of the committee.
We will come back.
Don't forget about the findings. Because he's part of the committee and all these monies were deposited.
We will come back to that.
Except the 82,500. So if the auditor should go and prepare a findings, which he is part of the committee, it's interesting.
So you have the right to just answer questions and then provide evidence.
Okay.
All right. So we'll come back to that.
All right.